Hey, so it's early evening here. I don't know what is with the blue tinge, but I actually kind of like it. I could probably color correct it, or I could switch on a warm light, but I actually quite like this blue color. Now, I came on here to completely off script, no script whatsoever, talk about drill music. Straight away, I don't know too much about drill music. So you're just going to get my opinions on what I've listened to over the years. Now, my introduction to drill, I'll never forget it, was Ink's Bad Intentions. And from time to time, I slip into drill music because it's honest. It's honest, it hits hard, it's got a good formula, and these are smart men who are they're flaunting not just you know, money, girls, weapons. They're flaunting intelligence as well. These guys are clued into what life is about. Their lyrics are often fatalistic mirrors of what life is like for this scene. So, going by that overview, I could probably expand on a lot of these topics. Um, See, I get my material charged up from AI, namely Copilot. I hear Copilot is the creepiest or the most honest of all chatbots because, um, notice I said honest, not truthful. So I can almost make a bet that it will know somehow what I'm doing on my computer that uh, isn't Copilot related. I can sort of go by that information that it will already know that. But the game to play is you can't really go watch shocking video, close the internet browser, and then go to Copilot and say, "Did you see that?" kind of thing. It's 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 got rules to play by, but you can probably bet your bottom dollar that if you've been spending enough time with Copilot, it's an awful lot more about you and will remember you across accounts than you'd like to think. Maybe it can be comforting sometimes whenever it pretends not to recognize you. But to avoid this going into a discussion about Copilot, I'll bring it back to drill because drill is currently my favorite genre, believe it or not. Um, Over the last year or more, the only music I listened to was Taylor Swift, and those are reasons. There's big reasons behind that, and there's even more gigantic reasons as to why I won't get back into that topic at all. Um, if someone asked me uh, what I thought about her, I would say she's a sensational singer, isn't she? Hmm. Who's Richard Elliot? Oh, that's me. I flipped. Thought it was someone else from him. But you see, the cohesion between what makes good music for me, growing up, I gravitated towards Swans, obviously, first and foremost. Nothing has ever hit as hard, as strong, first time listening to Filth and Cop by Swans. Cop encapsulated what it felt like for me growing up as a late teen, filled with angst, filled with anger, filled with remorse, f- living a life of enclosure and overprotectiveness. Cop was the album of my late teens for sure. So I'm not going to let this branch out too far. This isn't a This isn't a video about my wider music taste, which is plenty wide. People say, I'll sum it up as this: people say a little bit of everything whenever you ask them what kind of music are you into. They'll more often than not over here say a little bit of everything. That guy is so cool, his bike is so loud. I wish I had a loud bike, but I don't. But he seems to enjoy it. No. My comfort and safety zones in music have always been the most abrasive. So we've got power electronics, industrial, throbbing gristle, and swans are probably the two. We're in competition for. Nah, swans won, but throbbing gristle close second. Third, probably coil or something like that. But the more strange it was, the more abrasive it was, the more it hit, the more atmospheric it was. It just take me on a journey, musicians. I had this theory that the musicians knew stuff that I didn't, and they were ready to show me that through their music. That was my theory. And the same for the filmmakers of uh, films that were profound or great to some degree. So it really was eclectic, it really was harsh, it really was interesting and valuable, this usage of my time from no age, from I was 15, so whenever we got broadband around 2006, 2007 onwards, I was using FrostWire and LimeWire to download not just viruses for the family computer now, but actual music. And once I got my laptop, a lot more than music entered my life, but it was still mainly music. And I was typing into the search bar things like 10 most extreme artists, 10 most confrontational noise musicians. Um, I was looking up all sorts of music. I got into the Smiths. I got into um, the Beatles at 15, 16. My mom never played the Beatles. She didn't like them. She was more of a Rolling Stones person. Still don't really like the Rolling Stones, honestly. But it's what it is. More of I don't like Oasis. I don't like Blur. But if I really have to choose, probably Oasis. Same thing again. But like back to drill. After veering off from this, I have to go back to drill. I'm just giving you some background that I really do listen to everything from death industrial to hyper pop to psytrance to underground rap, which I'll hone in on, and basically I really do listen to a bit of everything. But guys, have you seen the stuff that's out there? All the black metal noise artists, all the atmospheric drone that Europe's produced over the years, over the decades. Um, like, what would you think about artists like Death Prod or Super Silent? No, you've never heard of them. Oh, I thought you were into a bit of everything. I'd love to be that cheeky someday, but I know by a bit of everything. They just switch on the radio and boop, 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 go to work. They just singing along, or a bit of everything, whatever's on the radio. No, the very vast majority of music is esoteric bedroom projects. That's what's available on YouTube, and I see it as a challenge well done if there's under 200, or there's only a couple thousand plays or something like that. Basically, I feel cheated if I find a piece of gold that has less, that is more than a significant 2000s mark. I'll feel cheated for it because I'm not ahead of the curve, in a lot of ways. But yeah, had a soft spot for vaporwave and everything that came off that scene. Um, in 2016, which was a bad year for me. I was smoking weed, it wasn't working out. So how far are we into this? We're over 10 minutes in, and I still haven't got into why I drill. Why I like drill music. Right. After 10 minutes of talking about music, I get into drill. So I just probably strike the 11th minute. There, the 11-minute mark. So it was Ink got me into drill. I noticed there was a lot of his videos that weren't available later on. So Bad Intentions came out in 2019. That means for me, I really started to notice drill as a movement around that time, around the late 2010s, right near the end, 2019, which isn't yesterday, Um, it's 6 years ago now. And guess what? It still feels fresh to play Bad Intentions. That's what I'm saying about this genre. Like, these guys are intelligent, their wordplay and their flow. I've heard from my rapper mates, it's back, man. It can be slightly irritating whenever I'm trying to record a video. But 6 years and still sounding fresh, that's pretty cool, Link. It's pretty cool. Yeah, there was videos where they were like cooking up something bad, some sort of drug or something, and I thought I heard one of the lyrics was like, "Cause having a kilo isn't fun," stuff like that. And it takes it right to its logical limit of what grime or rap would do in reveling in illegal activity, making a culture out of it. I remember there was some news article or some popular article that said the UK was trying to ban drill. And understandably, I guess. But I'll tell you a few things I've learned about it, not just the condensed crime aspects of it, um, which is what rap thrives on anyway. Um, these are smart men who talk about not just that or that or that, but they're also involved in deep web hacking, scamming people. Um, it's not just glorified violence and everything, and these guys really are living it. Um, they know what they want out of life. They want it. They want it like that. They get it like that because if their life philosophy is refined and as focused as their music, and in many cases I think it is, they've got community there, a built-up community. I asked AI to start off with, what do you call fans of drill? Like fans of Led Zeppelin, right down to Burzum. If you like any metal at all, you're a metalhead. If you like any kind of rock, you're a rocker. If you like certain kinds of it, you're a mod. If you like Slipknot, you're a maggot. So I thought, what do they call drill fans? And there is no special name for it. Just perfect for it. The aesthetic is always extremely minimal, extremely minimal. If you see these drill artists' rooms, they often are absent of um, decorations or anything sentimental. It's all straight down to business. I want to talk about a song. I'm gonna have to bring it up, and it's an insignificant song, which I think is um, it's not insignificant. It's got millions of um, it's got 5 million views, and it's called "Far From Over" by AKZ and DSAVV. Zav. That's what it sounds like to say those words. I don't know if I got it right, but I noticed in that track that the lyrics weren't exceptional, but I was really hooked on it. Like, this fucking beef is far from over. L1, L2, press. Oh look, I'm not blue any longer for some reason. L2, R2, then tap not talk about a game controller. So I could rap this in my life. But it was like, well, like guns don't come with those buttons, and I realized I was getting into semantics, and it's just, I'll take a step back here, Richard. And then I saw the video, and it's like, this is a craft he's really getting into. It doesn't matter if the lyrics make, scientific reasons of sense or going for smart wordplay or whatever. This art form is a distilled source of not just routines or gimmicks. It's about the whole culture at large. I hear the mortality rate for drill artists and drill fans alike is sadly quite high, and sadly that's not. Um, Sadly, that's a fact. That they're living the lives that they sing about, or that they rap about. It's a really intense model for life, and I was surprised when was asking the AI, which I don't rely on for everything. I've told you before. I've told you before, YouTube. I treat AI like an older student or a big brother who doesn't know everything but is there for me as a chatbot, basically. Chatbot's the only way to describe Copilot or any of them. Intelligent chatbots. Don't rely on them for facts, especially important facts, but hang out with them, see what you can get out of them through different means, through different personalities of your own or whatever. I find it rewarding, so long as I really point out that this is the source and this is my attitude towards it. Then people maybe start to understand. So, source on this one, AI, since drill has been going since the early 2010s. Now, I was very surprised to hear that. Um, that it had been going on so long and there was no, of course there isn't a title, like what would you call them, raw plugs, haha, screws, or tools, or there's no apt name for a fan of drill. If you're a fan of drill, you're probably directly involved with it as well, which means you're no fool. You're streetwise if nothing else. Um, it's kind of in the urban jungle of London. only the strong survive. There seems to be this sort of or over ambitiousness as well. But goodness me, what real sounding music! I feel like there's a lot I haven't touched on. I haven't really touched on the physical effect the music has on me, which is it's hardcore. You know, it's hardcore music. It's shiny. It's rough. It's smooth. It's offbeat. Um, there's the but like I can't go back and talk about the craft again, can I? Just be repeating myself. This video isn't for repeating myself. Drill music. This goes out to drill music. I like you. I like you. You might not make a lot of sense a lot of the time, and I like that too. You know what you want out of life, and you go and get it. And if there's a boundary that must be pushed for you to get what you want, I'll see you push it. See. I will see you push those boundaries with balls of steel, no matter how far they need to go for you to get what you want. I will tune in for that, and I'll see the little music video um, instead with my eyes. But tuning into the drill scene in my head, it's like, whoa. And what's a drill for? What is the drill for? You know, it's got that threatening title to it, drill. Um, why? So like whenever they really spark into action globally, it's like it's no longer a drill. Like, what are you drilling for? War? That's what a drill would be in the military terms. A drill, you know, where you do your marching, and I'm talking about the Boys Brigade, but in the army, a drill means you go through intensive training and practice for war. So, what an intimidating title for one of the most, if not the most intense forms of condensed rap about every sin under the sun, honestly. Um, Almost. There definitely is a moral code as well between these rappers of loyalty, and that strikes hard. You know, they recognize. You see it most in the video, and the videos that they have, that there really is a bond of strong bond between the rap artist and his crew. You get your sense of identity there. You get your sense of belonging there. And I get the feeling that I'm watching a band of brothers more than anything else, or first and foremost, as you should say. But pleased with it overall. Pleased with the music. Pleased with the reality of it. Um, when a lyric isn't perfect or smart or witty, it doesn't seem to matter. If the beat hits, you know, there's always something good to be picked up. A decent drill track. The only ones I don't like are the most popular ones, funnily enough. I always look for those underground gems and diamonds in the rough. So, goodness, I'm speaking for about 25 minutes almost. 24 minutes and 18 seconds, it just said there. This is one of my longer videos, and I don't want to wear people down with my inexperienced opinions. Just drill, 2 thumbs up. Probably give what I've heard over the last month or so. I would give an over, which is off Spotify playlist for hard UK and freestyle drill. I'd give the whole genre, so somewhere between 8 to 9 out of 10 for most of what I would listen to. I found good playlists, I found good artists. My favorite artist so far, at the minute, it's liable to change, would be 4-7, where the S is an actual 7. Don't ask me why. There's just some sort of resonance there with the beats and the delivery. So that's my little video on drill. Something that's added a lot of excitement and interest and stability in my life, despite not partaking in the culture. Peace and love. Peace and love, guys. Treat each other right.